Grace and peace, family. It's your boy Brandon McCrae, aka Bmac Music, coming to you with another installment of Wisdom on Wednesday. All month long, we've been sharing from a series entitled Teach Us How to Pray. The very first week, we discovered what prayer is. Last week, we briefly discussed what prayer is not. This week, allow me to give you 3 practical principles that will help us to illuminate the personality of prayer. We'll be revisiting Matthew chapter 6. We'll start reading at verse 6, and it reads like this. But when you pray, go into your room and shut the door and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. What's amazing is that from the very onset of this verse, we see a juxtaposition against last week's verse. While the hypocrites pray in public to be lauded and to be praised, it is the task of the believer to pray in private. That word "they" there, but, is a logical contrast. Not only that, but the word room in the text, tameion, means inner room. That is a room within a room, a secluded place. And so not only are we to retract ourselves or to pull ourselves into a private space, but we are to exclude those things on the outside by shutting the door. Christ is very specific in his wording here. Let me break it down to you like this. Prayer is not to be a grandiloquent spectacle, but a grounded spiritual discipline. So not only is prayer to be private, but prayer is to be powerful. How is prayer powerful? Prayer is powerful in the Greek usage of the word pray twice in this particular passage. They are both written in the middle passive voice. What does that mean? The middle voice signifies that the subject of the verb is being affected. The subject is the receiver of the verbal action. In layman's terms, that literally means that our prayer is not to have an expectancy of a changed situation, but our prayer is to embody or to have a expectation of a changed person. Practically, let me give it to you like this. While I pray, Lord, touch my marriage, the prayer is not a prayer that will go grab and change my wife, but the prayer is a prayer that will internally transform my thinking, internally change my mind. As I pray, Lord, I need money, bring me money, the Lord may in turn boomerang that prayer around and teach me through disciplines of money management. So prayer here in this particular text is a boomerang effect, as it affects the verb affects the subject of the actual prayer. That's amazing. So not only is prayer to be powerful, not only is prayer to be private, but lastly, prayer carries with it a promise. What's amazing is that word secret there, krypto, means concealed. And what's amazing about the verse is that God is not in the scene, but according to the scripture, God is in that secret and concealed place. And the promise is found in the word reward. The Greek word reward literally means to pay back. So the God who is in private with you hears those private prayers, and he will pay you back everything it is that he has promised to you in scripture. Grandma says it like this: what's done in the dark is going to come to the light. Let me leave you with this thought. Every earnest private prayer shares the promise of a public performance. This has been your boy Brandon McCrae, aka Bmac Music, coming to you with Wisdom on Wednesday. Like, share, and comment on this video, y'all. Let's make something God go viral. Until next week, I'll let your boy.